I think a lot of people don't realize the United States is unique among Western nations in recognizing the right of soil. That interpretation, though debated, of the 14th Amendment that says simply being born within the United States territory grants you citizenship. It was written largely as a response to the Dred Scott case, the infamous 7-2 Supreme Court ruling that said people of African descent, free or enslaved, could never be citizens of the United States. That ruling helped spark the 14th Amendment, which declared all persons born in the United States and subject to its jurisdiction are citizens. The intent behind the 14th Amendment was lengthy, debated, and well documented. Senator Lyndon Trumbull of Illinois said subject to the jurisdiction of the United States means not owing allegiance to another nation. And Senator Jacob Howard of Michigan explained this will not, of course, include persons born in the United States who are foreigners, aliens, or children of diplomats. Wong Kim Ark was born in San Francisco to legal Chinese immigrant parents. When he returned from a trip abroad, he was denied re-entry under the Chinese Exclusion Act. He sued the government, and his case went all the way to the Supreme Court. In a 6-2 decision, the Supreme Court ruled that Wong Kim Ark had acquired U.S. citizenship at birth. Congress had more than a century to clarify the law if it wasn't the intent. But post-Civil War America had Reconstruction, industrialization, and later 2 world wars to deal with. Citizenship just wasn't a priority. So the Supreme Court's interpretation was left to stand. Which brings us to today. President Trump argues that those present in the United States illegally are not under the jurisdiction of the United States. It's a position that echoes Senator Jacob Howard's words from 1866, and one that's been supported by modern judges, like Asian American Circuit Court Judge James Ho, who has discussed narrowing the interpretation. Unless Congress acts, only the Supreme Court can settle the matter. It's how Lincoln tested Dred Scott, how Truman tested war powers, and how FDR provoked the courts. One of the uncomfortable truths about constitutional power dynamics is if a president believes an old court decision is wrong and Congress is unwilling or unable to act, his only recourse is to act contrary to the existing precedent and force the Supreme Court to tell him to stop.